So, I've already made a video about watching every single Naruto Part 1 filler, so I kinda have to do one on Shippuden. I can't just do one without doing the other. So I started watching it, not knowing that it was over 200 episodes and it was 40% of the show. I mean, I knew Naruto had a lot of filler, but I never thought it was that bad. But I started with the first arc, which is so Team Kakashi is on a mission to catch people who are robbing graves. The grave robbers are looking for 4 hidden tombs. Very important people are buried there, they want the bodies. The bodies are also monks from the fire temple. So they go to the rendezvous point and wait, but they're taking a long ass time. So Sakura and Yamato go to look after them and tell Naruto and Sai to stay there. But after a minute, Naruto goes and he randomly finds one of those tombs. And some guy thinking he's a robber tries to fight him. And this ends up being a huge misunderstanding. He's a monk with the fire temple and he's also protecting the bodies. After the monks clear everything up, they start heading towards the fire temple. Naruto tries to talk to Sora, but he won't talk to him and just decides to be a dickhead instead. Like Sora just has this weird hatred for Naruto, he's barely done anything to him. Once they get inside the fire temple, one of the many bald head niggas tell him that each body was a member of the Guardian Shinobi 12. The Guardian Shinobi 12 is just a group of people that protect the feudal lord. Asuma was one of them. There was a group in the 12 that didn't feel comfortable leaving the land of fire in the Leaf Village hands, so they tried to betray the other 12 members and make their own military faction. They planned to dissolve the Leaf and also invade the 5 great nations. They thought there would only be true peace if everybody was under the Fire Nation temple. They didn't get that far though. The 6 that tried doing this got eliminated, but they took 4 people with them. After they learn all this, they see the monks training, but Naruto doesn't like the way Sora's training because he's not even trying. Sora gets mad at Naruto, but he's weak as shit, so his attacks aren't hitting him. This nigga's really a bum if I'm being honest. While fighting, Naruto feels like everybody's staring at Sora. It reminds him of when he was a kid, and everybody would stare at him for being different. So Naruto thinks Sora is just like him. This like his 5th time doing this shit. I swear they have a character like this in every arc damn near. Naruto kicks Sora dead in his mouth. After a while, Naruto goes after Sora to see if they can be friends. Naruto tells Sora that they're pretty alike, but Sora doesn't care. He says the only thing he cares about is getting revenge for his dad. While they're talking, the grave robbers take the bodies. They chase after the bodies and fight some of the robbers, but they all get away. All of these robbers don't really matter honestly besides the main one. Like genuinely, I don't think they really have names. Nobody has ever said any of these in the show, I'm 90% sure. The boss of the robbers is Kazuma. He says that he used to know Sora's dad, but before he can tell them more, it's time for them to go. Team Kakashi has to go back to the Leaf Village so they can tell Tsunade about what happened and get further instructions. Sai got injured though, so they ask Sora to come along with him for extra help. Once they get back to the village, Yamato and Sakura take Sai to the hospital, and they tell Naruto to babysit Sora. After that, Sora starts crying about being a burden and about how nobody likes him. Naruto tells him it's not like that, and he also tells him that he should give up on getting revenge for his father. So Sora starts crying about his dead ass dad too. He would overhear people talk about his dad and say that he deserved to die, and that killing him was the right thing to do. They never told Sora what his dad did though. After that, Sora runs into Akamaru and Kiba, and he starts randomly hating. The same shit he did to Naruto, except it is Kiba and Akamaru, so I guess it's valid. And then Choji comes, he starts randomly hating again, so they start jumping him. Naruto jumps in to help Sora, and a minute after, Asuma and Shikamaru stop them all. Asuma also takes them all out to eat. Also, Asuma knows who Sora is because he knew his dad, and Sora asks Asuma about his dad and did he really deserve to die. Asuma tells him that he died for honor and pursuing what he truly believed in. Next day, Naruto and Sora are training with Asuma. After they get done training though, Kazuma talks to Sora and tells him that Asuma was the one who killed his dad. So Sora goes to look for Asuma. Asuma's in this meeting with all the Jonins and Tsunade because Danzo did some weird shit for like the 80th time today. Danzo sent a ninja to monitor the grave robbers. They also find out that Sora is highly dangerous and has some power. While Sora's listening, he gets found by an ANBU black cop. But Sora asks if Asuma was really the one who killed his father. Asuma says he was, so Sora breaks out and goes back to Kazuma, so they start attacking the village. While that's happening, Naruto tries to look for Sora. The group of thieves put a barrier around the Leaf Village so nobody can get out. They also use this jutsu that makes like ninja zombies. While that's happening, Naruto finds Sora, and Asuma finds both of them, and they all find out their plan is to kill every nigga in the Leaf Village, using the 4 bodies they stole. When they revive all 4 bodies, they're going to use a lightning style jutsu that will kill everybody in the village. Sora's confused, so he runs away again and Naruto runs after him. Naruto catches up to Sora and asks him why is he doing all of this. Sora tells Naruto that he killed his dad and Naruto doesn't believe it. Sora says the Hokage probably ordered him to do it. Naruto doesn't think the third Hokage would force somebody to do something that evil. He clearly does not know a lot about the third Hokage. Compared to what he was forcing niggas to do, this is pretty light. Sora runs away again to go to Kazuma, and Naruto gets stuck fighting one of the thieves. He beats her. The fight isn't very interesting. Everybody fights one of the thieves. The fights are pretty boring, I'm not gonna lie. When Sora finds Kazuma, Kazuma tells him the reason why Sora was born. Sora is a weapon for the Fire Temple. When Naruto got the 9 cells sealed in him, there was a lot of chakra that was being expelled. So they used that chakra that was in the air and put it in Sora over the course of 5 years. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, that's stupid as shit. But who cares? Asuma handles the 4 guardians, and Kazuma unseals the 9 tails in Sora. Naruto and Asuma find him, and now Naruto sees that he really is like him. It also turns out that Kazuma is actually Sora's dad. Turns out he survived. Then Asuma starts fighting Kazuma while Naruto tries to save Sora. Asuma wins his fight, and Naruto talks Sora out the 9 tails for him by saying that they're all his friends. Mind you, Naruto knew this nigga for like at most 5 days, and all these niggas knew him for like at most an hour. They just fought, then went out to eat. But anyway, they go to the hospital, and Sora says he's gonna explore the world and make more friends. And that's the end of the arc. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did not like this arc. This arc is dragged out like shit. They genuinely could have cut it to like, I don't know, 7-8 episodes. Like, why is this shit 14 episodes? Sora is super unlikable. The villains don't really do shit. Asuma's kinda cool in this arc though, I guess. Honestly, the best part about this arc is that at the end, it's like a scene with Hidan and Kakuzu finding the 2 tails. So Kakashi and Team 8 are looking for Orochimaru's hideout. The reason he has a whole different team is because Naruto is still recovering from using the Rasen Shuriken. When they get to the hideout, Orochimaru already left and destroyed everything. Before Orochimaru blew up the hideout though, he told Kabuto to go get somebody called Gurren to help with a mission. The mission also involves this kid called Yukimura. He apparently has some kind of special power. They have to take him to a lake somewhere. Kabuto has Yukimura right now, and his mission is to give him to Gurren. Gurren also has this group of like Orochimaru experiments that she's taken with her to help with the mission. So she starts making her way to Orochimaru's new base, but Kakashi and the others try to track to see if there's anybody around, which after a while they find some footprints in a crystal. Also, Kakashi sent a messenger dog back to the village. While all this is happening, Naruto got better and is on a trip training with Jiraiya. He's trying to learn this new collab jutsu with frogs and shit, but Naruto's taking a break right now, and randomly Yukimura just shows up and starts talking to the nigga. He might be able to teleport or some shit, I'm not gonna lie, he just be randomly showing up sometimes. Yukimura starts asking weird questions like how do you connect heart and soul, and is it possible? Naruto says it is, and wherever somebody is thinking about you is home. Then after that, he makes a thick mist and just fades away. Next day, Naruto goes back to the village and runs into Konohamaru, but he gets right back to training. Gurren and Kabuto meet up and she takes Yukimura with her. Also, the whole reason Gurren is doing this and even follows Orochimaru is because she wants to be his next body. She recently had the opportunity, but she just arrived too late, and now Sasuke is the next vessel. She's hoping that if she does this, she'll get another opportunity because she wants to be as close to Orochimaru as possible. So Gurren and Yukimura start walking back to the group, but Yukimura starts to get sick, so Gurren takes him back to a shed. And the dog Kakashi sent finally got back to the village. She tells Tsunade about what happened, and she decides to send Yamato, Sai, and Sakura. But after a while, Yukimura gets better and sits under this camellia tree. Yukimura really likes camellias because of his mom. He says his mom never came back and now he has nowhere to go. After Gurren hears this, she puts a camellia in a crystal and gives it to him. Yukimura and Gurren get back to the group. They found out that Team Kakashi is tracking them and knows they're here, so they make a plan to do something. Gurren's group finds Kakashi and puts down a smoke screen, and they start whooping these niggas, besides Kakashi, who's fighting the big guy. But Shino saves Kiba and Hinata. A little while after though, Gurren comes back herself with these crystal clones. The clones are really a distraction though. She just wanted to crystallize Hinata. She also makes this huge crystal barrier, but Naruto finally gets there and he uses his new jutsu to break the barrier, and they all meet back up with Kakashi's group. Gurren is holding Hinata hostage, but Naruto uses one of his toes to get Hinata. They think Hinata might be like stuck in a crystal. Hinata breaks herself out in like 2 seconds. After that, they keep going after them, but Kabuto meets back up with Gurren's group and they finally go to the lake. Kabuto puts this device on Yukimaru's head, then has him eat like a handful of perk 30s. And it turns out Yukimaru has this special power to summon the 3 tails, and the reason they needed Gurren is so they could crystallize realize and capture the Three Tails. Her crystals aren't strong enough to capture it though. Naruto also finds them and finds Yukimaru. Yukimaru tries to control the tail beast again, but he can't. So they both ended up getting taken by a wave and put on land. Naruto goes back to Kakashi and tells them everything that happened. Kakashi says that the situation has changed, so now they need to know what to do from Tsunade. So they send the dog back to the Leaf Village. She finds out about the Three Tails and decides they have to seal it. So she sends Team Guy minus Neji, Ino instead. I don't know why she sent her. He must have been on like a solo mission or some shit, cause there's no way she chose Ino over Neji. They make their way to the group though. Gorin and Yukimaru both wake up. When Yukimaru takes the pills and uses his ability, he gets extremely sick. So Gorin doesn't want him to do it anymore since it's clearly hurting him. Naruto goes in the forest looking for Yukimaru. He finds Gorin, they fight, but Yukimaru stops it. Naruto tries to take Yukimaru away from Gorin since he thinks she's just using him to get the Three Tails. Yukimaru says she's always being nice to him and always the person thinking of her. Naruto tries to convince Yukimaru that Gorin is using him, but Kakashi and Yamato are coming, so somebody from Gorin's group takes them away. They bring Yukimaru back to the group in Kabuto. Kabuto wants Yukimaru to get right back to it after he's done taking a rest. Gorin says she'll just catch it without him needing his powers. Team Guy catches up with Team Kakashi. They split into different teams, and one team is so they can seal the Three Tails, which is actually the reason they brought Ino, because she's one of the few people that know how to do it. You know, could have still brought Neji, but oh, okay, I guess. The second group goes to fight the member of Gorin's group, and the third group is looking for Gorin. The second group finds Gorin's group, and they're extremely weak now. The third group also finds Gorin. Gorin fights them, they start losing, so this nigga makes an escape for her. Shout out this nigga, he's not important enough for me to remember his name. I don't even think he has a name, like genuinely. I don't think any of these niggas have names besides Gorin or Yukimaru, if I'm being honest. Anyway, Gorin gets away and finds Kabuto. Kabuto tells Gorin that she's the one that killed Yukimaru's parents, and threatens to tell Yukimaru if she doesn't do exactly what he says. Kabuto tries to use Yukimaru again, but Gorin says she'll do it herself. But if she messes up even slightly, Kabuto will make Yukimaru do it. So she tries to capture it, she fails, and Yukimaru has to use his powers anyway. He holds it off for a second, but he gets tired. Gorin is about to take Yukimaru and just leave, but this nigga, Renji, is about to just take Yukimaru himself and make him do it. He also hurts Gorin so she can't get in the way, but Yukimaru gets so mad from seeing Gorin hurt that he just starts using his powers. He still passes out within like 3 seconds though, so he clearly is not that mad about it. Gorin puts him in a crystal and starts fighting the Three Tails, and Naruto also joins in, and they both end up getting ate. But Kakashi and the others find Yukimaru and start healing him. While in the Three Tails stomach, Naruto and Gorin come to a new understanding. Naruto finds out that Gorin actually does care about Yukimaru and doesn't want anything bad to happen to him. Gorin also finds out that they plan on making Yukimaru into a Jinchuriki, which Naruto describes as being horrible, so now she just wants to take Yukimaru away. After a while, Kakashi and the others get him out the Three Tails. Yukimaru doesn't know that though, so Renji forces him to take the rest of the perks so he can control the Three Tails. Gorin and Naruto find Yukimaru and make him stop. Renji also tells Yukimaru that Gorin killed his parents, but he's not really that hurt about it because they're both each other's home. It also turns out this is actually Kabuto. He's wearing Renji like on some Scooby-Doo shit. He actually killed Renji and then made like a jutsu out of him. That fake Renji tries to attack Yukimaru and Gorin. Gorin puts both of them in the crystal, then falls into the ocean. Yukimaru gets mad, uses his power, and makes the Three Tails go crazy. Naruto takes care of it pretty fast though, and the Three Tails runs away. They didn't get to seal the Three Tails, but the mission is basically complete. They also take Yukimaru with them. Tsunade also tells them to come back to the village and just leave the Three Tails, even though they know the Akatsuki are looking for tail beasts. She says if they can't tame the tail beast, there's no way the Akatsuki can, which is the dumbest fucking reason on earth. What do you mean they can't get the tail beast? This is literally what they're trained for. This is the point of the group. They've done this shit like twice at this point. They literally travel in groups so they can make this shit easier. What are you talking about? I don't know why she thinks they're just going to be incapable. Most of these niggas can do it by themselves. So unsurprisingly, a little while after, Tobi and Deidara come and get the Three Tails with ease because it's their job. Before that though, Yukimaru just leaves in the middle of the night. Naruto finds the crystal Gorin made for him on the ground, and next day decides to tell the others not to look for him because where he's gone, they would have had a hell of a time finding him. At least that's what Naruto says. And that's finally the end of this arc. Okay, this arc was way better than the last one. Yukimaru and Gorin are pretty cool characters, especially Gorin actually. I really like her and how she goes from only doing everything for Orochimaru to wanting to protect Yukimaru and saying they're each other's home. The rest of Gorin's group really weren't important at all though, or really anything. interesting. To be honest, I probably would say I like the last arc's villain group more, but the fights they have in this arc are way better. Most of the fights are pretty solid, and a whole arc being centered around the Three Tails is pretty cool. There's just one big complaint I have though. This arc is long as shit. It's 22 episodes, but goddamn it feels long as fuck. Like, I know for sure I've watched arcs that had way more than 22 episodes, but god damn, this shit was so boring sometimes. They could have cut a couple and made this shit like a cool 15, 12, 13, something like that. So Tsunade sends a group of ninjas to Mount Kasaragi. The reason she does that is because the Tsuchigumo clan is being attacked. The Tsuchigumo clan have access to an insanely strong hidden jutsu, like can blow up a whole village type strong. The Leaf village made a deal with them to protect everybody from using that jutsu, but a group of bandits are trying to steal it. Also, there's only a couple Tsuchigumo clan members left. Niggas started targeting them because they had that strong ass jutsu. But Naruto and the others get to the fort and they find the bandits already left. And they also find some old dude on the ground. He's a servant of Hotaru. She's the person that has the jutsu. So they go looking for her and Naruto finds her. They also find this person called Utakata with her. He's basically her bodyguard even though he didn't want to. A little while ago he saved her from people who were chasing him. He was pretty beat up though, so she helped him. She also says that he's her master and teaches her jutsu. Utakata says he was never her master and anything she learned was by herself. And then he dips after Naruto gets there because he no longer has to protect her. They make their way to the village they're supposed to drop her off at. She has like an uncle there that's going to protect her from the bandits. But Naruto notices everybody at the village is acting super weird. But they leave her with her uncle and start heading back to the Leaf village. Before they get too far though, Naruto just thinks it's too suspicious and decides to go back. In the middle of the night, the bandits try to kidnap her, but Utakata saves her. When Naruto and the others get back to the village, they find the house she was in blown up. They ask the uncle, but he says he doesn't know shit. That's a lie though, he helped her get kidnapped. They see if they can find her. Utakata and Hataru are running away until some Miss ANBU Black Ops catch him. They don't want the jutsu though, they want Utakata because he's a rogue ninja who supposedly killed his master. But Naruto's group get there and they stop everything that's happening. Yamato says their mission is to protect Hataru and they're getting in the way. So the ANBU say they'll trade Hataru for Utataka. Yamato isn't going for it though, because Hataru is going to follow Ukataka. So the leader of the ANBU pulls Yamato to the side so they can make a deal. He says as soon as the mission's over, let him know, so they can get back to chasing them to bring him back to the village. And Yamato agrees to this, but now he wants to talk to Utakata alone. He asks him to come back to the village nicely and that the Mist village has changed a lot since he left. And he says they really need him because he's the sixth-tailed Jinchuriki. They don't say it yet, but it's pretty obvious. A minute after this, he has flashbacks to his master who did some type of experiment on him. Utakata says his master tried to kill him and that's why he left. The ANBU Black Ops leader says it was just a misunderstanding and he wasn't trying to hurt him. He was trying to separate the six tails from him, but he doesn't believe it though. He asks him to come home one more time because if he doesn't, they're going to have to kill him and he still refuses. After that, he goes back to the group. I'm also just gonna call him the six-tailed Jinchuriki because his name is cooking me. I can't say it. I have been struggling to say this shit like every time I've had to. So they decide they should go back to the mountain where the others are so they can think of a plan. While walking there, Hataru starts to pass out. Naruto goes to get medicine and when he comes back, he learns that the jutsu is actually on her. When they get back to the others, Naruto shakes this old nigga out his sleep to ask him why he allowed somebody to put a jutsu on Hataru. It turns out Hataru embedded this jutsu inside her to carry out the wishes of her master. Her grandfather believed restoring the clan was a way to make amends and bring honor back to the clan. So Hataru is trying everything to carry out that wish. The old guy believed the right thing to do though is just destroy the jutsu. There's a method to remove the jutsu, and Hataru says some guy named Shiranami might be able to help with that. Next day, Naruto goes looking for him. The six-tailed Jinchuriki also leaves, but it's so he can go find the leader of the ANBU Black Ops again, because he's been thinking maybe there is some truth to what he said about it being a misunderstanding. So Hataru goes looking for the six-tailed Jinchuriki, but she randomly finds Shiranami, who is actually the leader of the villain group, but she doesn't know that yet. He was listening to all of this last night. He lies about Naruto finding him. What Naruto actually does find is the other members of his group. They try to trap him, but the six-tailed Jinchuriki finds them and helps Naruto, and also forces them him to tell him where Hataru is. Shiranami knocks out Hataru and puts this jutsu on her. He goes back to the village where he also put the same jutsu on everybody else, so he can control everybody in the village. Hataru wakes up and finds out about all of this and thinks he might be lying, but he really is Shiranami. But he's not here to help, he just wants the jutsu. He actually killed his dad because he wanted the jutsu so bad, but it took him this long to find out that Hataru is the jutsu. Naruto and the Six-Tails Jinchuriki find the village and find out that everybody is being controlled. So they find Shiranami and try to get him to give Hataru back, but he won't, and the second they walk up to him, they also get taken control of. He's about to make Hataru use a jutsu that's going to destroy the whole village, but Naruto and the Six-Tails Jinchuriki break out using their tail beast chakra, and they try to beat him up, but he still has Hataru under his control. So he gets back to his plan. They try to get to Hataru, but he's not letting them, until the Jinchuriki bubbles his hands. Then they get to Hataru, but she starts doing some weird shit, so they unbubble his hands and tell him to make it stop. He tries to use the jutsu again, but it's not working. She basically pushed herself to the breaking point. So the Jinchuriki goes into her head and basically makes her lock in. At this point he realizes the stuff with his master really was just a misunderstanding, and that his master loved him and only wanted the best for him the whole time. He also says to Hataru he's willing to be her master. Hataru's normal again, and Naruto beats the shit out of Shiranami, and everybody in the village is back to normal. And then Naruto's group goes back to the Leaf Village. Before Hataru and the Jinchuriki start training, he goes to find the ANBU Black Hop leader, so he can get permission to travel and also train her. He starts looking for him, he doesn't find him. All he finds is 6 niggas jumping him, and he dies before he even got to teach Hataru anything. And that's the end of the arc. Yeah, this is definitely the best arc so far. The Six-Tails Jinchuriki is a really interesting character. The villain in the villain group is kinda whatever though. Hataru's alright though. I hope they do more stuff with the other Jinchuriki, even if it's just an episode. I really started liking him. It made the death at the end kinda sad. So this whole arc is basically just flashbacks while the village is getting rebuilt. It's not really a filler arc, it's just kind of multiple one-off episodes, so I can't really talk about it the same way I talked about the other arcs. That being said though, if we are counting this as a real arc, it's easily the best. Like even including the part 1 Naruto filler, this arc is just better than all of them. Like there's 2 episodes that go into when Iruka became Naruto's sensei. The episodes go into how Iruka didn't know how to feel about Naruto because the Nine Tails killed his parents. Even though Iruka knows that's not Naruto's fault, he still feels weird until he realizes they're a lot alike and he starts to treat him like a student instead of just kind of ignoring him. There's also an episode about Team 7 first meeting Kakashi, except from his POV. There's another episode where Inari and Tazuna help fix the Leaf Village, and we get to learn about more shit that happened in the Land of Waves arc. There's an episode with those dumbass birds that somehow managed to learn how to do ninjutsu and talk. That episode's stupid as shit, I'm not gonna lie to you. Another episode with this old ass Genny. Like genuinely, I think every episode in this arc is at least somewhat entertaining. I was not bored once. Like if you like Naruto, you really should watch this arc, it's pretty fun. So this arc is kind of like the last one, with it being less of an arc and basically just multiple one-off episodes. This whole arc takes place with Naruto on a boat to the Land of Lightning, but they like stop at random islands sometimes. I'll be honest, a lot of it isn't very interesting and just forgettable. Like Naruto and the other niggas on the boat eat like bad mushrooms one episode. Another one, there's like this fake Naruto. Also, Naruto just happens to run into like the Konoha 11 a lot. Like they just happen to be on the same route. Like one episode they go pick medicine and shit. The few interesting episodes are like over halfway through the arc. Like Hinata has this episode where she wants to get stronger in preparation for the war and for Naruto. She definitely did the I want to get stronger for Naruto shit in like a past arc, but it's whatever I guess. Future Wash Ninja Konohamaru even gets a pretty good episode. The whole episode is Konohamaru kind of being excited for the war. He really wants to prove that he can be useful, but he learns that war isn't something he should really look forward to, and that him and the other Genins are being useful because their job is to protect the village if anything does happen to it. 1010 even gets a really good episode. It's actually probably the best of this whole arc. The whole episode is 1010 wanting to be like Tsunade, but she can't be because it's just not in her skill set, but realizing she's good at other things. But after getting her ass beat by Tamari, she starts questioning herself. But after seeing Lee not give up after all he's been through, she gets inspired to do the same. There's another episode that goes into Guy and Kakashi's rivalry, which is also really good. They did also give Kiba's bitch ass one episode, so you know they can't all be amazing. So Team Kakashi are sent on a mission to somewhere called Tanaka Village. Yesterday there was a big attack on the village that killed a lot of people. The village was also hiding a treasure, very important. Naruto and Sakura are looking for clues for who it is, and they run into Kabuto, who uses an early version of Edo Tensei. Naruto tries to fight him, but Kabuto runs. Yamato decides they shouldn't go after him, they should get backup instead. So Yamato and Sai go back to the Leaf Village, while Naruto and Sakura go to look for one of the survivors of Tanaka Village. They also have a guide with them, Shizuru. She's an officer of the next door village, and also knows the sole survivor of Tanaka Village. A little minute after, they run into Doku with a group of kids. Do y'all hear that? It's like my third time hearing this shit today. How many fucking fires can there be? Just let them niggas die. They find the survivor of Tanaka Village, whose name is Doku. He also has a group of kids with him that he managed to save. He couldn't save the parents though. Also, while he was saving the kids, the leader of the village gave him two strange items and told him not to tell anybody about it or let him have it. Yamato and Sai also talk to the leader of this village and find out about something called the Amino Hoko. The Amino Hoko is a really powerful weapon that can even destroy the world. It's been sealed into 7 different items. Yamato believes Kabuto most likely came to steal that shit and killed all those people because I guess it made it easier to find the parts. While Yamato and Sai are actually doing their mission, Naruto's hanging out with Doku and the kids. While in the bathhouse, Doku starts trauma dumping to a 16-year-old. When Doku and Shizuru were kids, they were playing on a mountain, and Shizuru fell off the mountain, but Doku managed to grab her, but his body was too little to pull her up. They were there for like an hour, until he just couldn't hold on anymore and dropped her ass. Ever since then, their relationship has been a little weird, because Doku keeps blaming himself even though Shizuru told him it's not his fault. After that, Naruto just gives him a weird look and says nothing. I think he low-key don't give a fuck. Next day, Naruto isn't feeling good, and the leader of the village comes to Doku with the old leader of Tanaka Village who died. He asks for the 2 roux back. Doku is about to give it to him until one of the kids say that he's acting weird and pushes him, and he turns out to be an Edo Tensei. After that, a lot more Edo Tensei start attacking the village, and Naruto also starts tweaking out until the Nine Tails itself comes out of him. The Nine Tails is about to start attacking civilians, but the backup finally gets here. Guy and Rock Lee hold off the Nine Tails and have the best fight without a doubt in any Naruto filler, at least the ones I've seen so far. But after a minute, Naruto and Doku get ate by a giant snake, so Kabuto definitely has them. The fox disappears though, and the Edo Tensei all leave. It also turns out the leader of the village is an evil person who is working with Kabuto. He actually put Kabuto up to attacking the village. The kids see that Doku disappeared and decide to use the 2 roux as bargaining chips. I guess Doku just left them shits lying around. Mind you, it was this old nigga's dying wish for him to keep these safe, but I guess he just lost them. But the kids gave the roux to the old nigga, and he starts to Amino Hoko. Naruto finally gets up though, and the other ninjas show up. While Naruto is fighting Kurama, Doku realizes it's his responsibility to stop this, and Shizuru is going to help. He starts pulling the rods out the machine and realizes he actually does know how to stop this. While he's stopping it though, the ground starts to break around Shizuru, and the exact same thing that happened years ago happens again, and this nigga's body is still too little to pull her up for the 2nd time. Alright, this time it's definitely this nigga's fault, I'm not gonna lie. But thankfully, Naruto goes into like this false KCM mode and saves her, and he shuts down the Amino Hoko. After that, Naruto and the other ninjas go back to the Leaf Village to prepare for the war, and that's the end of the arc. This has to be the best filler arc in Naruto. Like, not even just Shippuden, even if you talk about part 1, there is nothing this level. Like, this shit is so good, I damn near thought it was like a movie or something. Like, the animation, the sound effects, just everything, it's way better than any of the other fillers. Like, this is easily the best filler arc, and if you disagree, you're just wrong. I don't know what to tell you. The weird thing about this arc though is that it's like divisive. Not everybody can agree that this shit is clearly the best. There is a nigga out there who genuinely thinks this is the worst arc in the whole show. This shit is 10 times better than whatever the fuck Sora is doing. A nigga genuinely said this arc looks bad. He has to be crazy. It's no way this nigga is up to anything good in life. Like, the first episode is genuinely amazing. The only bad thing I can say about this arc is that Doku and Shizuru refer to each other as brother and sister for some reason. Like, it's weird as fuck. I don't know why they decide to do that. They get married. Like, I searched it up multiple times. They are not related. They just decided to have them say that. So this arc basically shows us all of Kakashi's life. from when Obito and Rin died all the way to when he became the captain of Team 7. And I'm not gonna lie, everything I said about the last arc, I take it back. This is easily the best arc. Like, whole way through it's amazing. It's damn near nothing I can complain about. We get to see why Kakashi joined the ANBU Black Ops. We get to see how he met Yamato. Yamato also has a couple episodes with these smoke people that are really good. We also learn that Danzo has always been a fucking problem, and how everything bad that ever happened in the series is somehow the third Hokage's fault. Like, he knew that Danzo was grimy as shit, and he still let him be free, like walk around the village and do whatever he wants. Like, he literally tried to kill him, and he is still the leader of some of the ANBU Black Ops. The reason why is because he didn't want any more bloodshed, and he said as long as Danzo does what's best for the village, then he'll let him continue doing what he does. Like, dumbest shit he has ever said. Danzo thinks everything he's doing is good for the Leaf Village. That's the problem. He wanted to kill you because he doesn't think you're good for the Leaf Village. There's even an episode where he sends Yamato to go kill Kakashi so he can take his Sharingan, and Kakashi tells Hiruzen that he attempted to kill him and that he's been hiding a wood style user this whole time, which is extremely useful, and how he's been manipulating this little kid into doing extremely bad shit, and all he wanted was Yamato. He could still go on doing whatever the fuck he want. He didn't care. Like, you could have just got Yamato and kicked this nigga out the village. Like, it's basically half of Hiruzen's fault that the Uchiha massacre happened. Like, all he had to do was do something about Danzo and he could have prevented it. Speaking of the Uchiha massacre though, we also get to see Itachi join the ANBU Black Ops, which is pretty cool. We also get to see the night Obito attacked the village. Like, this arc is really just amazing beginning to end. You also see how much Guy cares about Kakashi and how Kakashi sees so much of Team Minato and Team 7. So this whole arc takes place when Tsunade was in the Infinite Tsukiyomi. And not even just that, this whole arc is inside a book that Jiraiya wrote. So Naruto's parents are still alive and he has to go on a mission. He goes to pick up Sasuke and his whole clan is still alive, cause Minato stopped Itachi from having to kill his clan. He basically made a deal with the Uchihas. But Naruto and Sasuke meet up with Kakashi and Sakura, and they go meet up with the other group. Their mission is that 3 teams of shinobi went missing on a random mission, so they have to go look for them. They also say if they find them, just call the Hidden Leaf Village. Do not attempt to rescue them. Like 10 seconds after they get there, every single one of the team captains get kidnapped, and somehow all of them turn around at the exact right time. Team 7 tries to link back up with the other groups, but they run into Hidan. Asuma's team also runs into Yaiko, Konan, and Nagato. I don't know how Yaiko is still alive. I mean, I don't know how the 4th Hokage could have done something about that. They go by Team Jiraiya, and they're the ones that capture the captains. They start fighting them, but after a minute they dip, and so does Hidan. It turns out Yaiko and the others were leading Team Asuma to this village. Team 7 also runs into Team Guy and they start looking for the others. Team Asuma also thinks it's smart to wait, but they see 2 kids and decide to follow them, so they can try and ask them questions. Yaiko and the others are also in the house. Yaiko tries to attack them, and Nagato freaks out and brings the whole building down. The others outside hear this and decide to go inside the village. Shikamaru decides that they shouldn't go down there to save the kids and should go regroup with the others. Naruto and the others find like this time portal shit. Their friends are in there. Sasuke says they should go back to the village to get help. Naruto goes right in and Neji follows him, while Sasuke and the others walk back to the village. Shikamaru saying they should regroup was a lie. He goes down there and helps the kids. He just walks around for 10 minutes bullshitting and finds a different way. He saves the kids and Yaiko and the others, and they fuck with him now because they're not like heartless ninjas. While that's happening, Naruto and Neji go into like this pocket dimension shit, and they meet some guy with a Byakugan. They ask him to return their senseis, but he starts talking about the truth that the Hidden Leaf covered up. He shows them the whole truth in question, which is Neji's dad getting killed for his brother. He said he wanted the younger generation to be different and not let something like this happen again, but it's too late. They value the future of their village more than their friends. He also tells Neji to come with him so he can show him something. Neji tells Naruto he wants to hear what he has to say. Naruto's not listening though, so the other nigga just puts him on the ground. While this is all happening, Team Jiraiya talks to Team Asuma. Team Jiraiya asks what the 3 of them like to work together. They go nation to nation and show the world what freedom is about. They say no and just tell them what the other senseis are. They say they can't do that because it's a nigga running shit behind the scene. They're about to fight, but the others find them and Team Jiraiya just leaves. Sasuke still thinks they should go back to the village, but Sasori shows up right in front of them. So they start fighting the puppets and they're losing until Naruto comes out and destroys all the puppets by himself. And they decide instead of going to the village, they should go back and look for the other captains. This whole time, that weird nigga and Neji were watching this, and he sees that they didn't choose the village over their friends. After all this, he tells the Akatsuki niggas to leave. Besides Team Team Jiraiya. He tells them to help the villagers return to their home. But first they tell Naruto and the others where the group captains are. They get back to their senseis and Neji tells them about the weird guy, who ends up being his dad. Orochimaru brought him back for no real reason. Him and Neji have one last conversation and then he disintegrates. After that, they start making their way back to the village. Team Jiraiya also plans on leaving too, but some kid left a bear, so Yahiko decided to return it. And while he's returning it, the whole village just fucking blows up. I don't know why, but this is the funniest shit on earth to me. It's like this nigga was meant to die or something. Also, Naruto and the others hear this and they don't do shit about it. They don't go look to see what happened, they just keep going. I guess they don't care. They go straight to the village and they go eat or some shit. They do not give a fuck. While they're about to go eat, Sasuke goes back to his dad and he heard about how he chose his friends over the mission and he calls him a stupid, lame, incompetent nigga who runs up no paper. So he asks Kakashi to teach him a new jutsu so he can get back on his dad's good side. Naruto hears about this and asks Jiraiya to train him too. Sasuke goes back to the crib to his hating ass dad. He also sees Naruto with his dad and gets jealous because his dad actually likes him. Unlike Sasuke's dad, when Sasuke come home he says, "Oh, it's just you." Damn nigga, it's that bad? But when he's training again, Sakura tries to give him some and he smacks it out her hand. And Naruto's mad at him because he's being an asshole. He's calling him a loser and shit and saying he has no right to talk. Sasuke's mad because Naruto is equal to him. So they basically do the same little clash from part 1, except this time Minato stops him. Sasuke even sees that Naruto would have won if Minato didn't stop him. The 2-year time skip also ends up happening the same. Naruto still goes with Jiraiya, except now he learned Sage Mode early. Instead of Sasuke going with Orochimaru, he goes on this special mission given to the Uchiha, and he also now doesn't care what his dad thinks, which is pretty cool. Too bad he comes back even more of an asshole. When he gets back, he becomes a cop and he's abusing his power and shit. Niggas is scared to go outside. They even about to beat up an old lady and shit until Naruto gets back. They're about to start fighting, but Danzo stops him, and Sasuke's having a hissy fit because Naruto got stronger, so he tells his crew to leave him alone and do whatever they want. And for some reason, these dumbass niggas think it's smart to storm inside the Hokage's house and threaten his wife. So the Hokage finds out about this and Sasuke's dad deals with it. So he sends the people to jail and then fires Sasuke and says he'll never be like Itachi. After that, Sasuke goes to Danzo because he said he could get him more power. He wants power to beat Naruto. Danzo asks him, "Are you sure you want to do that because it's gonna mess up the leaf and make the Uchihas look bad?" Sasuke says he doesn't care about the Uchihas or the Leaf Village, he just wants power. At first I was on Sasuke's side, but his dad might have really been up to something. This nigga will never be like Itachi. What did the Leaf Village or the Uchihas do? You did this all to yourself. Why does he care so much about beating Naruto? At first his dad compared him so much to Itachi that he wanted to beat Itachi, and now he just wants to beat Naruto because fuck it, I guess. Anyway, Danzo sends him to Orochimaru. Sakura gets word that Sasuke escaped, so Naruto and the Konoha 11 go to get him back. Except some other ninjas showed up to slow him down, so now it's only Naruto. This shit is basically just like the fight in the Final Valley, but it's ass. They're even about to do the same clash, except this time Itachi just gets in the way and dies, supposedly. Also, why did this nigga just get in front of Sasuke? There were definitely better ways to stop it. But anyway, the same scene happens with Sasuke over Naruto. Sasuke has a Mangekyo Sharingan now and Naruto gets taken back to the village. And then the pain invasion happens and this shit is just like in the show too. It's damn near not different. The only difference is that Pain thinks Minato blew Yahiko up and Naruto gets his chakra cloak because his mom gave him the other half of the 9 tails she had inside her. This nigga even has the same conversation with Nagito, except now Naruto isn't as mad because he didn't kill anybody. But Minato and Fugaku have this conversation and he says he's sorry for the way he treated Sasuke, but Sasori comes to the village after and Sasuke shows up and they beat this nigga fast as fuck. And it also turns out Itachi's alive. Mind you, the nigga turned into dust or some shit, but sure, I guess. It also turns out Sasuke wants to fight Naruto again. While fighting, he talks about how he always hated Naruto and shit, and about him being compared to Itachi all the time was a lot of pressure. This nigga's also mad that Naruto saved the dog, but he just froze up. This shit happened 10 years ago and he still ain't let it go. And he talks about how the 4th Hokage stopped the coup d'etat the Uchiha were gonna do, and he felt like him and Naruto could have became true rivals, but Naruto stayed a loser and was unserious. Anyway, they keep fighting, they tie, and then they live happily ever after. and Tsunade's done reading this weak ass book, and that's the end of the arc. Jiraiya pen work weak as fuck. No wonder Kakashi the only nigga buying them weak ass books. You know, maybe Sasuke's family should have died. He was way more likable then. Like, the shit he was doing didn't even like make sense. Like, why is he this mad? Sasuke, is it really this serious? I guess this is really just what daddy issues does to a nigga. So Tsunade wants to do another Chunin exam. The reason she's doing this is for one, to see what villages actually fuck with the Leaf Village, and two, to lure the Akatsuki out. She wants to use this whole thing as bait. Tsunade talks with Goro about this, and he wants to do the exact same thing, except use himself as bait. There's people in the Sand Village that don't like Goro being the Kazekage, so they want to take him out. Goro wants to talk to those people and try to make them not hate him. So Goro and Tsunade decide to go through with the exams. The first half is going to be in the Leaf Village, and the other half is going to be in the Sand Village. So the Leaf Village start sending their invitations. A lot of villagers said they aren't coming, mostly because this shit was just out of nowhere. One of the few that do accept is the Hidden Rain Village. At this point, it's completely taken over by Pain, but nobody knows that. People outside the village still think Hanzo's in charge, so Pain sends some people to look for tailed beasts. The Hidden Waterfall Village also sends Food, a 7-tailed Jinchuriki. She really wanted to go because she doesn't leave the village at all. Also, the other people in the Leaf Village that didn't become Chunin, which is kinda everybody but Shikamaru, decide to also join. By the way, this arc takes place like right before Naruto came back to the village. Shikamaru is also the proctor of the exam, so Sakura replaces him on Team 10. After all that, the exams finally start, and the first half is a test just like the old exams, except the shit is like low-key way easier and way lamer. Basically how it works is that you and your 3 teammates are put into separate rooms, and on the test there are 3 questions. One is worth 30, one is worth 40, and one is worth 50. You and your teammates have to get exactly 100 without talking to each other. The rooms are so far away you just won't understand what they're saying, and also you can only do one question. Neji comes up with a plan pretty quickly. Neji sends 5 vibrations. This is basically telling everybody in the other rooms to pick the 50-point ones and they'll just sit out. There's also another question which is also easy as shit. The question is, on a mission, who would you sacrifice first? You and all the other team members have to have the same answer. Most people just leave the question blank so they all have the same answer. After that, they make their way to the Sand Village to do the second part, which is basically just the Forest of Death. You know, you gotta get the Heaven and Earth scroll and shit. While Team Guy is chasing down a group for their scroll, they run into this guy called Shira. Lee also had an encounter with Shira last night and thinks he's special. Shira and his team puts him in a trap, then runs away. They go back to the people Team Guy were chasing and tell him what happened. It turns out the reason Shira went out his way to help him is because he wanted everybody in the Hidden Sand Village to pass the test. He's doing this out of respect for Goro. These niggas don't care though. They don't like Shira, so they try to betray him. As soon as they try though, Team Guy gets out and helps Shira. Neji asks why did they start attacking Shira. It turns out they were jealous because he just became a ninja. The reason why he just became a ninja, even though he's really skilled, is because he cannot use any ninjutsu. Just like Rock Lee, he is only capable of using taijutsu. And the Sand Village didn't allow people who are unable to use ninjutsu inside the academy. That was until Goro became the Kazekage and he saw how talented Shira was. After finding out he wasn't a ninja, he made him one and said that he could take the Chunin exams. Most of this is really thanks to Rock Lee though, because after fighting him, Goro realized how strong taijutsu is. Rock Lee is mad now because after all the perseverance Shira showed, the other Sand Ninja just don't respect him. So Team Guy goes to fight him, but Shira stops him because he's not mad. He holds no hatred to any of them. And Shira tries to give one of them his scroll, but they have too much pride and gain some respect for him, and they give him their scroll instead because at the end of the day, they lost the fight. After that, Lee and Shira decide to fight to test each other, and Lee wins. Lee also gives him one of his training outfits and says if he wears this, it will be like their brothers. They have both scrolls now, so they decide to go to the home base. This is definitely like the highlight of the arc. Shira is definitely like my favorite filler original character, and the fight him and Lee have is really good. Unfortunately though, right after a highlight, we get a low light. Team 8 is fighting like this big greasy nigga. Literally his whole thing is just being fat and greasy, and they do this shit for like 2 fucking episodes. You don't need to know what happens. These niggas have no backstories. They beat them up, they get the scroll. To be honest, the rest of the fights go like that. The people they fight aren't interesting and have no backstories, and the fights aren't interesting either. Like Sakura, Choji, and Ino run into like this weird family who one of them is a doll. Like, we don't really get to know anything about them. But we also randomly see Sasuke. We see Sasuke deliver something to Suigetsu and Kari. It's only like 6 minutes, but it's still a pretty cool moment in the arc. But a massive sandstorm appears in the middle of the exams, so so they decide to stop the exam so they can get everybody out safely. Goro also goes out to try and save people. The person he's saving is also somebody from the last filler arc of Naruto Part 1. That's pretty cool. Don't remember her name though. But the bald nigga attacking them did this all as a trick to lure out Goro. He's one of the people who don't like that he's a Kazekage. They try and steal the One Tails. Goro tells them to leave and not say anything about this. They don't listen. Fu also senses Goro getting his tail be sealed. She doesn't help though. She just ends up about to get her tail be sealed too. Team guys still on their way to the outpost until they sense Goro getting his chakra taken. They try to look for him and they find the girl that went to get help, and she guides them to Goro and Fu. And Neji gets him out pretty fast, I'm not gonna lie. Rock Lee and Tenten distract the guy using the jutsu, and Neji taps their chakra points, which stops them from getting their tail beast sealed. After that, they take the nigga down, and Goro decides to stop the whole thing, and decides instead of continuing on to the third exam, everybody will be sent to report, and the Hokage will decide whether or not to make them a Chunin. And everybody goes back to their villages. But besides Fu, she don't make it back. Everybody in the Konoha 12 also becomes a Chunin. Besides Neji, he becomes a Jonin. Oh yeah, and besides Kiba, he gets sent back to the academy, bum ass nigga. And that's the end of the arc. This arc kinda peaks early. Like Rock Lee and Shara is easily the best part of the arc, and everything after is just kinda meh. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's definitely nothing amazing. It's just subpar. So Hagoromo is trying to find a way to atone from all he's done. When he fought Kaguya, he damaged the land a lot. While finding a way to atone, he helps many people, and those people become his apprentices. They all believe in his ideals, which are to create connection through chakra. They keep traveling and restore places that had almost been destroyed. They also released 9-tailed beasts at the different regions. After that, he went back to his village and she gave birth to Ashura and Indra. A couple years later, Indra and Ashura grow up. Their mom passed away though. But Indra is a super big prodigy. He even invents hand signs. But Indra is better than Ashura in every single way possible. Like one time Ashura was playing in the forest and he almost died to a boar. Like this nigga is not even boar level, Loki a waste of an Osusuki. Indra is gonna save him from it though, but before that some black Zetsu starts talking to him. He says he's gonna show him his true power, which is inside him. Well, at least after he meets the condition to awaken in that power. So when he's saving Ashura from the boar, he awakens his Sharingan. And after he gets that, he becomes a lot stronger and also a huge asshole. After a couple years pass, it's time for Hagoromo to decide who will be his successor. Ashura doesn't even really want to be the successor. Once again, Indra is better than him in every single way imaginable. He's just a dickhead. He sends them to 2 different regions to do a test. They have to fix whatever problems occurred there. Ashura and Indra both go on their journeys. Ashura shows up in the village he was sent to and he finds the divine tree. The divine tree is highly infective. If you eat or drink the food the divine tree fertilizes, you will become very sick. And this village has a divine tree right in the middle of the town. Ashura tells the leader of the village that the tree is dangerous. The villagers don't believe him though, because the divine tree basically saved their life. The land was very dry before it, and this is like their only source of water close. So the villagers kick him out. So Ashura decides they should mine for water, because they'll no longer need the tree if they have an easy accessible point of water. And after the villagers see him mining for a while, they decide to help him. After a while, he finds water. Mind you, these villagers have supposedly been looking for water in this area for thousands of years. I don't know, I think these niggas low-key lazy and never tried. But anyways, after they get rid of the tree and he makes his way back to Hagoromo. After Indra, he got here way before him. And after seeing both of their results, he decides to make the successor Ashura. The reason why is because the village Indra went to is damn near destroyed. Indra did the same thing Ashura did, except he handled it on his own without any help from the villagers. After that, the villagers fought over water rights and basically just destroyed the village by themselves. Which I mean, and Indra couldn't really account for that. It's really not his fault if you think about it, but I see what he's saying. Hagoromo asks, can Indra please support Ashura now that he's the leader? Indra doesn't say shit, he just storms out. Then he goes back to the cave with some of the people that think he should have been the leader and starts hating. And these niggas start dick riding. But Ashura kills the 2 dick riders so he can get the Mangekyo Sharingan. While that's happening though, Hagoromo gives Ashura the Sage of 6 Paths. Indra's hating ass shows up to the village mad as shit, about to kill Hagoromo and Ashura so he can take over the village. Ashura is too strong with the Sage of Six Paths though, so he just beats him. After that, Indra dips. We cut to years later, Hagoromo is dying, and Indra, old as shit and still hating, he says he will do everything to wipe Ashura and his ideals off the earth, and will continue to reincarnate no matter how long it takes. He says this is about Hagoromo not understanding the power Kaguya gave to him and running away from it, and not trying to understand it, and using ideas such as love and bonds as shields for that. But I think he's lying, this nigga's definitely a hater. But Ashura says he'll do the exact same thing and stop Indra, no matter how long it takes. And that's the end of the arc. This arc is pretty good, it honestly doesn't even feel like Naruto, which would probably seem like a negative, but I don't know, it really works with this arc. And maybe I'm just a little sick of watching Naruto. Indra and Ashura's story is really interesting. To be honest, I kinda thought this shit was canon. There really is nothing negative I can say about this arc. This is the last arc, and it's more of a collection of one-off episodes. It's really good though. It goes into when Jiraiya, Kakashi, Naruto, Sasuke, and Hinata were all kids. It's basically like the second part of the Locust of Konoha arc, which I also really like. Out of the 4 episodes, my favorite definitely has to be the last one. We get to see Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru when they were teenagers. It's really fun to watch. I wish it would have had more episodes based around the Sannin. And the Kakashi episode is also really good. It's basically just him going to school and talking to Rin, Obito, and Guy. And he also goes to visit his dad's grave. The other 3 episodes are also good, but this one is just really good. So the War Arc filler is the one I remember watching the most, and I remember hating that shit like every episode. It just felt like every episode was boring as shit about something I didn't care about, just giving niggas that didn't need episodes. But after watching all of it for probably like the 3rd time at this point, which is like 60 or so episodes split into like 5 different parts, and also I'm counting the Infinite Tsukiyomi filler as the War Arc filler. So is it really as bad as I remember? Yeah, kinda, I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes it does do stuff interesting. Like the Killer Bee episode where he gathers all the Jinchuriki so he can fight the Ten Tails is pretty cool. The one with Karin is also cool. But like, why does Tenten need her own fucking episode? Why does Konohamaru need 2? Does Daori really need 2 filler episodes? Like, really? Does Amori really need 2 filler episodes? I mean, maybe I'm being a little bit overly negative. I mean, it's still a lot of cool shit. Sasori gets a filler episode that's really good. Killer Bee fighting the old 8-tailed Jinchuriki is pretty cool. Maybe I'm over exaggerating. Does it have shitty episodes? Like a lot of shitty episodes? Yeah, but it's not that bad. It's definitely not as bad as I remember. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing I did in the last Naruto video, which was bottom 3 arcs and top 3 arcs. The 3rd best arc is the power arc. I mean, it looks really nice, the characters are cool, the fights are amazing. Like, this arc is just really good to me. I can't understand why so many people just don't like it. Next is past arc, Locust of Konoha. This arc is really good, no weak episodes. Like the Iruka Sensei episodes are really good. Even some of the episodes that were less serious, like when Tsunade thought Naruto had a chakra disease, and Tenten being the leader of the squad with Naruto and Neji. Like this arc all the way through is just nice and really fun to watch. And the last arc, which is damn near widely agreed upon to be the best, Kakashi Shadow of the ANBU Black Ops. You know, I usually would choose something else because whenever I agree with too many people, I think about that one fish meme, but I mean, this arc is just objectively amazing. Maybe I am just like y'all. If there's one arc from this video you should watch, it's definitely this one. Now see, the bottom 3 is way harder because these filler arcs aren't nearly as bad as Naruto Part 1. So the bottom 3 doesn't mean they're bad, it's just the arcs I enjoyed the least. The 3rd worst is the Paradise Life Boat arc. Really not bad, it's just kind of forgettable, I guess. A lot of the episodes are just mid. The 2nd worst is the War arc as a whole. The War arc is split into like 3 separate arcs for some reason. All 3 of them are right next to each other, so I don't know why they didn't just make it one big arc. And the worst one without a doubt is the 12 Guardian Ninja arc. That shit was some butt. Yeah, this is post-editing area. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, this arc is ass, but the Jiraiya Handbook arc is somehow even worse. Shit, probably the worst arc in all of Naruto. Not even that, probably the worst filler arc I've seen in my life. Overall, Naruto Shippuden filler is like 10 times better than Naruto Part 1 filler. Like the worst Naruto Shippuden filler isn't nearly as bad as the worst Naruto Part 1 filler.
Like an ape, bitch shake ass and we throw cake. Niggas be too fake, deep fake. Fucked up shooting stars I riff. What's your platter to my plate? Ho get mad like bitch you played. I get high like what you said. Fuck the cool for sprint event. Niggas be so garbage kids. Start like Martian man. Damn, I check the time and I tell Julie bring the Taliban. Like damn, you really stressing. I could tell, lil' bro just dropped the 10.